See you later, Monty. Wish me luck. We are here at Norden Farm campsite. The time's finally come for us to take on the Jurassic Coast Mighty Hike. I'm all set up and I'm just about to head over to Lodmoor Country Park to go and register and pick up my bib number, and perhaps to even buy a new Macmillan Mighty Hike t-shirt, because this year the shirts are different from the ones that they supplied us with last year, and I think I prefer the new ones, and I'll fit in with everybody else then as well. But yeah, we're all here at Norden Farm campsite. It looks to be a really good campsite. I did forget that my air mattress does need a plug, and I've got a non-electric pitch, but there are some charge points over there towards the shower block, so I was able to go and luckily inflate my air mattress. But talking of air mattresses, compared to what I normally sleep on, this is going to be a dream. It's about 50 centimeters thick, that air mattress, so I'm sure I'll have a better night's sleep here tonight and tomorrow night for sure, compared to how I normally sleep in my little hiker's tent. But anyway, let's head over to Lodmoor and in Weymouth, which is the start point in the morning, have a look at the registration tent, and yeah, we'll pick up our bib number. Starting to feel a bit real now. Got myself a new top and a pair of Macmillan hiking socks, so I'm certainly gonna be on brand tomorrow, that's for sure. But yeah, anyway, next time we're back here, it's gonna be a lot busier, a lot earlier, and I'm certainly gonna have a lot more nerves about me as well. But it's starting to feel a little bit daunting. But anyway, yeah, we'll head back to the campsite now, and now we'll get on with some tea. Right, that's me done for this evening. I've had my tea, I've gone out of shower. It's only 8:15, but I've got an alarm set for 4:10 in the morning. So I think I'm going to be getting into bed and trying to get some sleep. But yeah, next clip you see will be us waking up and heading off to the car parking site where we will get the shuttle from Norden Farm back to the start point at Weymouth. See you in the morning.
go, the 10 to 7, the first wave of the day, you guys. Getting off bright and early. I anticipate seeing you guys first at the finish line. Fingers crossed. Woo! Let's get some shoulders. Woo! Shoulders, warm them up, shrug them or roll them. Shout out to Rianne, who's 10 years in remission. Go for it, my mate over here, good girl. Ready, let's go. 10, 9, 8. You can stop pushing. Slow it up. 3, 2, 1. Go Mighty Hikers. Have a great day. Have a great time.
Good morning. Just gone 7 o'clock and we have, as you've already seen, set off from the start line at Lodmoor Country Park. Just walked along the bay at Weymouth. It's a beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful sunrise. Everyone sort of commenting and taking photographs of how lovely it is, but we're all going to be cursing that sun in a couple of hours time. It's already feeling pretty hot. Anyway, walked along Weymouth, climbed up the hill at the end of the bay. Now we've got a nice easy bit of tarmac walking alongside a road. And yeah, this bit of coastline is completely new to me until we get towards Durdle Door and Lulworth Cove. So I haven't got any pearls of wisdom or anything insightful to say. I think today's just going to be about the views, really. Certainly won't be doing any shots where I set the camera up and walk back and forth, because I've already got over 26 miles to get through. Now I'm having a bit of a dilemma, trying to work out my pacings. So obviously today's going to be absolutely roasting. I think they've sort of said around 28 degrees. And actually at the safety briefing at the start line, they also gave out warnings for thunder and lightning. So we've got heat and thunder and lightning to contend with possibly. But yeah, my dilemma, pacing. Do I push hard or set a fast pace this morning while it's a little bit cooler, and obviously walk a bit faster than I normally would, or do I just stick to my normal pace? At the minute I'm pushing, but that might start slowing down shortly. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, if you've just discovered it after looking for the Macmillan Jurassic Coast Mighty Hike, then hello and welcome. My name's Paul, and for the last maybe 2.5 years I've been walking the southwest coast path in stages, going away for a few days at a time with my tent, and yeah, just ticking it off in sections. Anyway, after about 6 months of walking the coast path, I heard about this walk, and as it was on the coast path I thought, that sounds like something I'd be interested in doing, and it was obviously for a really good cause. So anyway, welcome. If you want to have a look at my other southwest coast path videos, I'll put a link in the description below and a card on the screen now. I seem to have found myself in a bit of a gap, and I'm walking all alone now, so navigationally I'm having to be a little bit more alert rather than just following the person in front, but the route is well marked, plenty of red arrows along the way showing us the direction of travel, so hopefully I shouldn't go wrong. Worst thing would be if people behind me followed me and I was going the wrong way. That would feel pretty terrible. So an hour and 20 into the walk, and we're just coming up to the 5 mile marker, and in fact I've just passed the sign saying it's 1 mile to the first pit stop, so that feels quite good. It's been easy walking really so far to here. It's a series of long but steady climbs out of Weymouth, and then it's been some fairly nice top of cliff walking, sometimes in amongst the hedges and little tiny pieces of woodland. That's been quite nice to keep you cool, but I am a bit of a hot mess already. But anyway, yeah, like I say, 1 mile to the first pit stop, and yeah, take some food on and get some more water. Just 21 more to go then. That's an hour and a half into the walk to make it to checkpoint 1. Brilliant amount of food there. It's all free, so help yourself, take what you want. But obviously the more you take, the more you got to carry. So I had a bit of orange, some pineapple and a tube of Smarties. I'm expecting it now, after leaving that first pit stop, to start getting to the more challenging part of the walk. So I know our lunch stop is at Durdle Door, and all of that coastline approaching Durdle Door are where all of the big hills are for today. So yeah, this next section is going to be the challenging part. Now, to take part in this event today, there is a minimum fundraising requirement of £250 a person, which, thanks to you and other people, friends and family, I met and went beyond. But at the start they were saying that £250 will pay for a Macmillan nurse for 1 day, and today's walk alone has raised, I think she said, £650,000, and all of the Mighty Hike events that they've held so far this year has raised over £10 million for Macmillan cancer support. So absolutely incredible effort from everybody involved, all the organisers, everybody at Macmillan, and everybody that has worked so hard to raise all that money and to walk all those miles. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to all of you who have donated and have given me encouragement over the last couple of years while I've been sort of walking the coast path and, you know, theoretically training for this event. Yeah, massive thank you from me. My Just Giving page is still open, and it will remain open for a bit of time after the event. So again, I'll put a link to my Just Giving page in the description below, so if when you're watching this you do want to make a donation, then again, thank you to you as well. Right, here we go, just past the 8 mile marker, and this looks to be the start of the roller coaster set of hills that we got to go up and down on towards Durdle Door and Lulworth Cove. But yeah, this is the first first descent and ascent. It's yeah, it's a little bit intimidating, but I'm sure, well, I'm hoping I've done worse. We'll find out. There you go, Sue, that one's just for you. Well, I have had worse, but it was yeah, still obviously the hardest hill we've had so far today. I didn't need a stop, I just took a little break when I got to the top. I walked on about 50 metres. I've got my first view of Durdle Door, and I'm being greeted by another huge climb, which looks a lot worse than that last one. Well, that hill was insanely steep. I'm still going down it now, but it is a bit more gentle now. It was almost to the point where I wanted to shuffle down it on my bum, but there was a marshal at the top, and you know, I had to look cool and like I knew what I was doing. So anyway, I got my pose with me, and they certainly helped me get down that bit. But yeah, a little bit too steep. Well, here we go. That's Durdle Door. I'm pleasantly surprised, actually. I thought this bit would be heaving with loads of Macmillan walkers, but you know, luckily I'm towards the front of the crowd, and I managed to get here and yeah, enjoy the view before too many people are here. Anyway, we're just going to head up the hill again now in front of us, and then on down in towards Lulworth Cove. So just coming up on 10 miles, I just climbed up out of Durdle Door, and there was a little water pit stop there, and the ladies manning it had a water pistol. So they were asking me if I wanted to be drenched, which obviously I said yes to. Very refreshing. And obviously being Durdle Door, there's a lot of people here, so a lot of people clapping you in, which is really nice, just to sort of help you get up that hill, up that climb out of Durdle Door. Right, a couple of miles now until lunch. I think we've got to climb up the rest of this hill, down into Lulworth Cove, sort of head back on ourselves slightly, and then it should be lunch. Just left Lulworth Cove. That was a lovely little spot, and that I think is the end of our coastal section on this walk. We're heading inland a bit now, but now we've come away from the sea, on that wind, or that little bit of breeze that we have had is totally gone. And now all I can feel is that sun radiating down on my back and on my neck. It's yeah, certainly turned up the heat a little bit. So I've just left the lunch stop. It's 11:35 and I've just passed the 13-mile marker, so halfway. Had a little bit of a mini meltdown, hit a bit of a wall when I was climbing up out of Lulworth Cove, because I think, as I already said, the little bit of breeze and the air just seemed to disappear, and I sort of got really hot, and I thought, bugger, I'm not even halfway. But anyway, I got to the lunch break, had some food. I even managed a cup of tea, which I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but I really wanted a cup of tea. Anyway, feeling all right again now. I've done a sock change as well, so that feels really good. I'd recommend bringing a pair of spare socks to put on. Yeah, and we're walking along some farmland tracks at the minute. And looking at the elevation graph, the second half of this walk is a lot gentler. So even though we're only halfway, I think I've sort of got over the hump of it, and hopefully the next 13 miles will be a little bit more enjoyable. Actually, that sounds a bit wrong. The last 13 miles were very enjoyable, but I'm hoping the next 13 will be a little easier. Right, just gone through 15-mile marker, which sounds great, but there's still 11 to go. I think it'll feel good when I get to 20. You know, with there only then being 6 after that, you know, it'll feel like I'm nearly there. So 20 to me is going to be that sort of magic moment, I think. Yes, but anyway, we just come up a pretty steep road section. Now we're on another farm track. I'm sort of hunting the shade created by these hedge banks. The other side of the track is in full sun, so I'm sticking as close as I can over here, keep myself out of that sun. Mile 17, and the landscape has changed again. So we've had coastal, farmland, and then we've just come up onto this sort of heathland section. So yeah, quite varied walk. We certainly were spoilt though this morning. Well, obviously along that Jurassic Coast, it's incredible, but yeah, it's been more fields, and yeah, now there's a bit of heathland since lunchtime, so not quite as spectacular, but still really pleasant. I could certainly do with some air conditioning right now. My water's really hot as well, so that's not quite as satisfying as it normally would be when you have a drink, but yeah, just little and often. There's plenty of water being put on today. They've put extra water stops on for us because of the heat, so there's not been any issue at all with that. I'm carrying 2 litres like I do for all my walks. The only difference today is I haven't got to ration myself like I normally would. I can just drink as much as I want because I know there's going to be a station every sort of 5 or 6 miles. Now I'm a bit confused by these mileage markers, because all day my Garmin watch has had me at a slightly further distance than these signs. So that last one said 17 miles, and my watch, I think it said 17.58. So yeah, slightly further on. So I'm just wondering, by the time we get to the finish line, how far will I have actually walked? Now I'm going to trust my Garmin because it's all done over GPS and is accurate, or it claims to be accurate. So yeah, I'm going to go by my watch. I'm hitting another wall again. My legs are burning and my feet are shouting at me with every step I take. Oh, right, coming up on 20 miles. There's a pit stop coming up as well, so I'll be able to take on some food and just take 5 minutes for that final push on to Corfe Castle and Norden. So we passed the 20-mile marker. Yes, come on, 6 to go, and we've just left the final pit stop. So same setup as before at this morning's pit stop. I had a couple of slices of pineapple, orange segment, a banana and a tube of Smarties. Dunked my hat in the water, filled my bottles up, and yeah, hopefully now that's going to see me through to the finish line. You know when you're driving your car and you're nearly out of petrol, but you can't be bothered to stop and fill it up, so you're trying to nurse your car all the way home? Well, it feels like that's what I'm doing with my body at the minute. Just trying to nurse it these last 4 miles. It's pretty much empty at the minute, running on fumes, but I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to get to the finish line. I got a terrible feeling I've got to get up that. About 2.5 miles to go. I'm moving at a snail's pace now, climbing up onto this ridge line. Well, it was hard at the end of the day, but I can hear the steam train at Norden now, so I know I'm nearly there. That sounds really encouraging me on, but I can't pick up the pace. This is it now until the end. I think I've got just under 2 miles left, maybe 1.5 miles. Well, that's the 26-mile marker passed. 0.2 of a mile to go.
Finisher. Here he comes, recording his progress to the line. Put your hands together for our next finisher here. Hey guys, we see you. You are absolutely incredible to get this far. It's a very hot day, mate. You're a star. Welcome, Paul, through the line. You doing really well?
Right, finally managed to drag myself off the finish line and picked myself up off the floor and got myself back to the campsite. I gave everything I had today to get that walk done in this heat. It was hard. The first 13 miles, the bit that was meant to be the hard bit, I was okay with. I suppose I'm used to that sort of terrain, and you know, with my pack being a small pack today, that bit I found fine. After lunch there was a lot of inland walking through fields, and all that bit's fine, but then there was a lot of tarmac road walking, and that just absolutely killed my feet, and my legs were just, yeah, they had nothing left in them. Even my arms were hurting from using my walking pose. So the last 5 miles I was just crawling along really. I'm just chuffed to bits that I managed to get it finished. It was really good, you know, it was an incredible walk, a great achievement, and something I will remember for a long time. But right now I sort of want to forget about it and not get out of this chair for a very, very long time. But anyway, I'm going to go and have a shower now and get all the soot and sweat and sun cream off me, and then I'm just going to chill out for the evening and tomorrow head back home. So once again, thank you all for your support, for all your words of encouragement, and for the money that you've helped me raise for Macmillan. Really appreciate it. Wouldn't have been able to do it without your help. So yeah, thank you again. But yeah, until next time, see you again soon.